Welcome back. Alright, so today's video we got another ball club we are going to be talking about today, and this is not a video that I wanted to be making, but we have to make this video, and today's video is focused and featured on the St. Louis Cardinals. Oh man, the St. Louis Cardinals, what have you guys done? What have you guys gotten yourselves into? I predicted this team to go to the World Series, and it's a shame. It really is a shame, because I don't know if I have a curse on me, and I just put the curse on a team, and it's really unfortunate. But last year I predicted the White Sox to go to the World Series and make a good run after their pretty good 21 season. They didn't even make the playoffs. Now I predicted the Cardinals to go to the World Series before the season started. They are off to a really rough start. I mean, let's run through it here. The St. Louis Cardinals' current record is 12-24, although, don't look now, they have won 2 in a row, and they are now 12-24, as I mentioned. They're coming off 8 straight losses in a row, which is pretty remarkably bad. I mean, now I follow the Cardinals on Twitter. In fact, they're the only other team I follow on Twitter besides the Dodgers. I'm in good faith with the Cardinals here. I do wish them well, and I was just watching all these post-game score recaps of another loss. I'm just wondering, how much more losses can one team take before change happens? And there hasn't been much change. In fact, there's just been more conflict and controversy going on with this team. And I made a video early in the season when Tyler O'Neill got benched because he wasn't hustling, according to their manager, Ollie Marmol, who was in his second year of his 3-year contract. Of course, last year the Cardinals made the playoffs, won the division, and then they were knocked out really abruptly fast. They were the 3rd best record in the National League, which means they had to be in the wildcard series against the eventual pennant-winning Phillies. Still, though, it's a really bad loss. They blew a big lead in Game 1, and they were out in just dramatic fashion. Nobody saw it coming. And now they're off to a really cold start, 12-24, 9 games back of the Pittsburgh Pirates and the NL Central. And as they say, you can't win the division in April, but you can certainly lose the division in April. And I'm not going to write them off yet and say, oh, they're not making the playoffs, they're not winning the division. It's a tough hill to climb. They got a lot of work to do, but there's plenty of baseball left. They can certainly do it. It's May, not even May 10th yet, not even Mother's Day, so they have plenty of time to get it going here, as you saw with the Nationals. Although, again, don't go back to the Nationals, because a lot of people like to go back to that well, and while it's nice and all, they made an amazing run, it doesn't happen often. You cannot afford horrible starts and then just expect to just turn it on and just go crazy and make a run here. During that 8-game losing streak, they lost to the Dodgers in Los Angeles, and the Dodgers entering that series also were not doing too hot, but ever since they played the Cardinals, have been alright. The Cardinals would then get swept by the Angels at home. I mean, listen, the Angels, getting swept by the Angels at home is just not a good sign. And then Detroit lost 2 of 3 versus the Tigers before salvaging the last game, and then they won last night versus the Cubbies. And so maybe they're starting to click here. It took a while. I was waiting for a manager firing or something to happen here, and nothing has come out of it. They are still with Ollie Marmol leading the ship. Again, they've only won 2 series, which was the first series of the season versus Toronto in April 10th through 12th at Colorado, which, again, anybody could really win in Colorado. It's Coors Field. It's not even really baseball per se. It's just a hit fest. And then they split 1 series versus the Pirates the following series, April 13th to the 16th. So overall, not many series wins. Just not many wins in general. 12 wins. They are only better than the Oakland Athletics and the Kansas City Royals at this point, which is horrifically bad. That is not a company you want to be associated with. They're the worst team currently in the National League. So I know I'm speaking doom and gloom right now, and again, this team is last place. It's not looking good right now, but I'm not gonna write them off just yet. I know I might be too optimistic for a lot of these teams I do videos on, but I mean, I want to give reason to be optimistic. I don't want to be doom and gloom all the time. Like, yes, right now the Cardinals are doing bad. They're doing bad. They need to turn it around. This team certainly can turn it around. Again, they won the division last year. I think they're a little bit better than the White Sox the previous. I mean, again, you guys let me know. But let's go through the numbers here. On the offense side of the ball, Paul Goldschmidt virtually leads every single category for the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's see here. Again, the MVP of last year. 312 batting average for Goldschmidt, 7 home runs, stolen bases with 4, runs with 22, on base 399, slugging 565, which brings him to an OPS of 964, and he leads the team with hits with 43 hits for Paul Goldschmidt. First ballot Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. And Lars Nootbaar's tied with him with 4 stolen bags. I look at the stolen bags on the Cardinals, kind of a low totals, only 4, and with Paul Goldschmidt is tied for first with leading your stolen bases. I'm not sure if that's a good sign. Nolan Gorman, though, leads the team with RBIs with 23. So Nolan Gorman was a pretty top prospect for the Cardinals in their system, and turned out to be a pretty okay player for them so far early on in his career. Again, Paul Goldschmidt really in the way, and as good as Goldschmidt is, we all do realize he's good. Nolan Arenado has really struggled for the Cardinals out of the gate this year. He had a chance to opt out last season of his contract to get a bigger contract. I think he would have got a little bit more money. He opted to stay in, and he's not on any of these leaderboards here for the offense side of the ball. So Nolan Arenado has to get it going for the Cardinals, and the Cardinals will get going for themselves. On the pitching side of things, Jordan Montgomery, got him last year from the New York Yankees at the trade deadline, and he's turned out to be a perfect fit for St. Louis. 3.29 ERA. He is tied in wins with 3 with Jack Flaherty and Drew Verhagen. My guy, Miles Michaelis. Big Miles Michaelis fans here on the channel. He leads the team at 41 strikeouts. And Ryan Hesley with saves with 4. Not many opportunities this year with 12 wins. Whip Jordan Montgomery 122. Batting average against Jordan Montgomery 250. Innings pitched Miles Michaelis at 41. Games appeared Drew Verhagen at 17. Losses Jack Flaherty at 4. Hits Miles Michaelis at 57. So I mentioned Miles Michaelis. I do want to point out his $20 million contract he's getting paid this year. I think they re-signed him this just before the season started. And again, I'm a big fan of Miles Michaelis. You guys go watch the video. He threw me a ball, like a deep ball at Dodger Stadium. I was like in the reserve, and just a great moment. I was posted on the Cardinals Twitter that same play, so go check it out. $1 million with a 5.9 ERA. You want a little bit better numbers out of Miles Michaelis, and here's to cheering him on, hoping he does turn it around, because the Cardinals are going to need better out of that. Whole contract wise and what they're paying him, they need to be a top end guy. He's just not really there right now, despite the innings. And Paul DeYoung, $9 million contract. He's been a Cardinal for his entire career, hitting 324 this year. Paul DeYoung has some ups and downs with the Cardinals, injury problems, bouncing back this year. The Cardinals have always really had a need at shortstop, and he's been that guy. It's just that bridge guy for so long. So Paul DeYoung, $9 million contract. It's okay. I mean, it's not great, but it's fine. He is producing this year. Again, I did want to get into the Wilson Contreras thing, who they signed from the Cubbies during the offseason. And again, I don't know what's going on with the Cardinals and Wilson Contreras. I don't know why this is even being a discussion of moving him from catcher. I just don't understand what exactly is going on in St. Louis. If you guys let me know, if you guys are Cardinal fans watching this video, what is going on with Wilson Contreras? I have his signed baseball over there somewhere, but what is going on? Why is he not catching? Why do they want to move him to the outfield? DH? Andrew Nizer, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Andrew Nizer, not doing too hot at the plate himself as a catcher backup. So it's been a whole controversial thing, and the Cardinals are now gonna put him back at the catching position. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's really just been a mess so far to begin the season in St. Louis. And they got to turn it around here. Their upcoming schedule includes 2 more at the Cubs, 3 at the Red Sox, which you will see this week on Sunday Night Baseball, 3 versus the Brewers, and 4 versus the Dodgers. So not an easy schedule. Not an easy schedule. It does not get any easier from here. But we will see if they are able to turn it around. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I will talk to you guys again next time.